Sarah Russell.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker, and thank you very much to the member for Eastbourne who spoke so movingly and so convincingly. I wanted to raise this evening the case of one of my constituents who has come to me with multiple problems from her abusive husband. He is not yet her ex-husband, and the reason he is not her ex-husband is that he is stalling the divorce process, he is hiding assets, and he is dissipating assets. I worked briefly in family law, so I know that this is by no means an unusual situation, and in most cases, it is the man who is involved in perpetrating this sort of thing. In any other situation, what I am seeing here, if it was, for instance, between two business partners, would be prosecuted as fraud. But when it goes on through the family courts, and it goes on through the family courts all the time, it's not prosecuted at all. It's just treated as one of those things. Now, Section 76 of the Serious Crime Act 2015 did create the offence of controlling or coercive behaviour in an intimate or family relationship. And one of the examples of coercive or controlling behaviour is economic abuse, including coerced debt, controlling spending, and those sorts of activities. But actually here, he's no longer directly controlling or coercing her because they are separated. He's just spending all of their money, and she can't stop it. So one of the issues with economic abuse that therefore isn't really dealt with is offences relating to deliberately dissipating someone else's assets. And many, many victims of domestic abuse have their personal finances ruined in the course of their relationships. And one of the things that is a real problem with this at the moment is that any sort of insolvency solution that might help them to rebuild their finances involves having their home address and other personal details published online in the insolvency register. This is deterring a lot of people from getting involved in the insolvency solutions that would enable them to start to rebuild their finances and sow their lives. You can apply, one can, apologies Madam Deputy Speaker, one can apply to withhold those details of addresses and so forth, but it involves paperwork, it involves possible court proceedings, and it involves a fee of £300, which is a huge amount of money for someone who's already in an insolvency process. There's a strong argument that we need to reform this process and potentially make the insolvency register private. So I'd just like to finally take an opportunity to say thank you very much to the member for Eastbourne for bringing this debate, but also thank you to my Cheshire Without Abuse who do work on this area in my constituency, and also to the Money Wellness Service who people can engage with if they are having difficulties in this area. I will give way.
Jim Shannon.
A little bit of this just brought to my mind a circumstance that I've witnessed as I'd like to represent over the last few years. It's been the case of a man and a woman, a relationship, husband and wife. He, on a number of occasions, not he himself, but on a number of similar occasions, got a loan out on a joint account on behalf of his wife. And then when the relationship fell apart and all the money in the bank was away, she was left with the loan. So she was done over twice. There's an example of something I believe that the Honourable Gentleman is referring to that could be sorted out in this law as well, and I thank her for bringing that forward.
Thank you very much. And yes, I have seen instances like that within my own social circle. It's not unusual, and a lot of the people involved appear to be people who would have, engaged with the bank or whatever. And I know that banks do have some safeguards around this sort of thing now, but actually they're not adequate, and it's often people are being left in terrible financial situations. So yeah, I would just like to say thank you very much to the member for Eastbourne, and good luck with this campaign.
Thank you.